You awaken before the first bell of the palace, the soft hum of ancient wards vibrating beneath your boots. The golden halls stretch endlessly before you, vaulted ceilings carved with the emperor's triumphs, pillars etched with the deeds of centuries, statues of heroes frozen in eternal vigilance. Your gauntleted hands brush against the guardian spear, resting in its rack. Cold steel, etched with runes older than most worlds. You lift it, feeling its weight. The balance designed to respond to thought as much as to muscle. Armor plates glint in the morning light. You run your fingers along each edge, checking for imperfections. Each panel, each filigree, each golden trim must be flawless. The Imperium watches through you, even when none see. You inhale, tasting the faint scent of oiled metal, incense, and the warmth of centuries of living stone. Your mind sharpens, recalling every lesson, every battle, every betrayal. Duty is not a choice. It is the only path. The Emperor commands. You obey. You nod to a nearby custodian, a silent acknowledgement of shared purpose. His gaze meets yours for a heartbeat, and in it, the weight of millennia, the unspoken oath, and the quiet knowledge that today, like every day, the palace must remain untouched by corruption. Armor secured, spear ready, mind honed. You step into the corridor, each footfall echoing through the grandeur of eternity. You step forward, boots echoing against the polished marble floor. Each corridor stretches farther than the eye can see, lined with statues of past heroes, their eyes carved in stone, as if watching every footfall. Light filters through the towering stained glass windows, fracturing into rainbows across your armor, golden reflections dancing with every movement. The air is heavy with incense, and the faint metallic tang of machinery deep within the palace's heart. A low hum resonates beneath your feet, the pulse of ancient wards, psychic defenses, older than entire planets, keeping the Emperor's domain free from corruption. Ahead, another custodian glides silently past. A nod, almost imperceptible, acknowledges your presence. Words are unnecessary here. In this place, vigilance is the only language spoken. Together, you patrol the vast halls, a single line in a sea of gold and shadow, unseen, yet all-seeing. Your senses strain. Every flicker of light, every whisper of movement, every temperature shift is noted. The palace is alive. Its chambers conceal history and danger alike. Trophies of conquest, chambers of prayer, halls where whispers of the warp have been banished for millennia. You round a massive pillar, and for a moment, the enormity of it all presses against your mind. The ceilings rise impossibly high. Banners depicting the Imperium's victories hang like celestial constellations. Shadows stretch unnaturally across walls, hiding alcoves, stairways, and doors, whose purposes have been lost to time. The hum of the palace deepens as you approach a junction. Your spear rests comfortably in your hands. You feel the familiar thrill of readiness, a certainty born from centuries of training. You are Custodian. You are vigilance incarnate. And here, in the golden heart of the Emperor's domain, nothing moves unseen. Ahead, another custodian glides silently across the polished marble. His armor is flawless, gleaming like liquid gold. His helmeted gaze meets yours for a heartbeat. No words, only understanding. You know his name, his chapter of duty, yet that knowledge is irrelevant. In the palace, loyalty to the Emperor binds all custodians equally. A subtle motion, a tilt of the head, a slight raise of the spear is enough. You adjust your patrol route accordingly, silent choreography perfected over centuries. Together, you form an invisible web of vigilance, each of you anticipating the other's movements, aware that a single misstep could let corruption slip through these sacred halls. Passing another junction, a small group of custodians exchanges brief gestures. One hums softly, a tonal vibration that resonates in the armor. It is a greeting, a subtle acknowledgement of duty shared across centuries. You return the gesture, feeling the weight of their presence, the discipline, the precision, the unspoken power. The halls themselves seem to respond. The massive doors, carved with histories of countless battles, vibrate faintly with the collective steps of these golden guardians. Light shifts across their armor, casting reflections that dance like living fire on the walls. You sense the palace's sentience, the wards, the subtle psychic hum, aware that its protectors are watching it as much as it watches the universe beyond. For a moment, you and another custodian pause at a crossroads. His eyes flicker briefly toward the shadows beyond the hall. There is no fear, only readiness. You nod, an unspoken acknowledgement. Vigilance is eternal. Duty is absolute, and in this golden cathedral, the Emperor's chosen are never alone, yet always the first and last line between his domain and the encroaching darkness. A ripple passes through the air. You feel it before you hear it. The faint tremor in the floor, a vibration almost imperceptible to mortal senses. Your mind sharpens instantly, every sense heightening. The palace speaks in whispers only custodes can hear. The hum of wards, the pulse of psychic currents, the subtle vibrations of centuries-old stone. Something is out of place. Ahead, the shadows seem to shift unnaturally. Light flickers across the walls, revealing angles where none should exist. The faint scent of ozone and something corrosive drifts through the air. Something alien, something warp-tainted. You pause, spear raised, armor humming with latent power. You step lightly, each movement calculated. The corridors are vast, yet you perceive them entirely. Every pillar, every alcove, every hidden doorway. Your key locks on a distant figure, a silhouette that does not belong, moving with intent. Another custodian glides past silently, sensing your alert. No words are exchanged, none are needed. Mutual awareness courses through you both. Centuries of training, discipline, and psychic attunement condensed into instinct. Together, you scan the halls, aware that even a single moment of hesitation could allow corruption to enter these sacred spaces. A low chime echoes, distant but deliberate, a warning from the palace itself. You feel it resonate in your chest, a vibration that pierces armor and bone. The disturbance is growing. Every step you take is measured, your mind calculating the threat, the potential paths, the unseen dangers lurking beyond sight. And yet, even in the rising tension, a calm certainty fills you. You are Custodian. You are the Emperor's will made flesh. Nothing can enter these halls unnoticed. Nothing will escape your vigilance. You move with absolute control, every step silent, every motion precise. The golden corridors stretch endlessly, yet you perceive each detail, the subtle warping of floor tiles, the faint scuff of something brushing against stone, the whisper of air currents altered by unseen movement. Ahead, shadows shift unnaturally. A figure emerges, malformed, tainted by the warp. Its eyes glow with malevolent intent. Instinct takes over. Spear in hand, you pivot smoothly, the weapon an extension of your will. A single thought, and it arcs through the air. Precision, lethality, efficiency. The first strike is decisive. The warp-corrupted intruder barely reacts before it is cleaved, disintegrating into the shadows it came from. Yet you do not pause. Others may follow. You sweep the chamber with your senses, attuned to the subtlest shift in the psychic hum of the palace. A hiss, a faint metallic scrape, alerts you to another. Reflexes honed over millennia guide you. Your guardian spear moves faster than thought, deflecting a strike, countering, ending the threat in a single, fluid motion. Each enemy is neutralized before it can understand what struck. Even in the midst of combat, your mind is calm, calculating, aware. The palace is alive beneath your feet, resonating with your presence, feeding you subtle cues of danger. Shadows that might conceal ambushes are revealed in your perception. You are Custodian. You are vigilance incarnate. As the echoes of the clash fade, you survey the chamber. The hall is silent once more, yet you know this is only the beginning. The disturbance persists. Your mind races, analyzing, predicting. The enemy is clever, but you are the Emperor's all-chosen, and nothing will defile these halls on your watch. You enter the command chamber, the hum of the machine spirits resonating through your armor. Tech priests kneel before their consoles, robes brushing the floor, eyes hidden behind lenses that glow faintly. The air is thick with the scent of oil, ozone, and incense, a fusion of science and faith. A brief nod from the Margos grants you access. Their cogitators flicker, projecting data streams that only you can perceive with the clarity of your heightened mind. Hollow images of the palace stretch before you, corridors, hidden chambers, wards, and the subtle tremors of the warp, all displayed as living patterns. You exchange information silently, thoughts conveyed as efficiently as words could never be. The disturbance you encountered is noted, minor yet persistent, flickers of corruption barely escaping detection. Suggestions of defensive adjustments ripple through the chamber, and the tech priests respond with near instantaneous calculations, reconfiguring wards and alert systems with mechanical precision. Your guardian spear rests at your side, yet even in stillness, you radiate vigilance. The tech priests glance at you, acknowledging the obvious. Your mind moves faster than any machine, processing threats, outcomes, and contingencies simultaneously. They differ because even the most advanced cogitator cannot match a custodian's instincts. As you step back into the halls, the palace seems to resonate more clearly, its wards now attuned to your path. Every corridor, every chamber, every hidden alcove is accounted for. The disturbance has not vanished, but neither has the Emperor's will. With this coordination, you are not merely a guardian. You are a nexus of vigilance, power, and judgment, ready to act wherever the threat emerges next. You move through corridors few eyes have ever seen. Each step echoes against stone carved with centuries of devotion and triumph. Vaulted ceilings stretch into shadows that seem to swallow light, while golden filigree and towering statues reflect the faint glow of crystal lamps. Every hallway tells a story, victories, betrayals, and the eternal vigilance of the Emperor's chosen. An ancient archive opens before you. Hollow projections flicker across dusty shelves, showing records of lost worlds, forgotten battles, and the names of heroes who have not lived for millennia. You pause, letting your fingers brush the edges of preserved manuscripts, each one a testament to the Imperium's will. Even the air seems charged with memory, a psychic resonance of countless generations. Ceremonial halls rise suddenly, domes painted with depictions of the Emperor's triumphs and the glory of his servants. The size is overwhelming, so vast that your enhanced vision can only perceive a fraction at once. Shadows crawl across banners depicting battles fought eons ago, the flicker of golden torchlight revealing hidden reliefs and inscriptions in languages almost lost to time. A faint hum of psychic energy ripples beneath your feet, a pulse from the golden throne far beyond, reminding you that even here, deep in the palace's heart, the Emperor's presence is absolute. You sense the weight of your duty more keenly than ever. Each corridor, each chamber, each hidden alcove is a puzzle to guard, a secret to protect. Even in the grandeur and beauty, darkness lingers, shadowed corners where ancient threats could hide, the faint whisper of warp taint brushing against the edges of reality. You move forward, spear ready, mind alert, every sense tuned. You are custodian, you are vigilance, and in this palace of golden eternity, nothing escapes your perception. The air shifts, your instincts tighten, every sense flaring. The shadows stir unnaturally, figures emerge, warped by the touch of the warp, twisted and unnatural. They advance with purpose, their eyes burning with malice, yet you see them as clearly as if they were in daylight. Your guardian spear is an extension of your will. In a single motion, it arcs forward, cutting through the first intruder before it can react. The force is precise, controlled, devastating, a strike that could fell 10 men. Yet nothing is wasted. Others follow, slithering from the shadows, seeking to overwhelm. Reflex and centuries of training take over. You pivot, parry, and strike in a fluid dance of lethal perfection. Every movement is calculated, each enemy neutralized with efficiency and grace. Sparks fly where your spear meets corrupted steel and bone, echoing against the vaulted ceilings like distant thunder. You sense them before they move, read the shifts in the chamber's psychic hum. The palace itself seems to guide you, highlighting weak points, revealing ambushes, whispering warnings. You are Custodian, and in this moment, your mind and body are one weapon, flawless and unstoppable. The battle ends as suddenly as it began. The chamber falls silent once more. The intruders lie defeated, shadows retreating into nothingness. You stand, unwavering, surveying the halls, every muscle possulet, every sense alert. Ready, the disturbance is quelled for now, but you know this is only the beginning. The palace is vault and vigilance must never falter. The echoes of combat fade, leaving only the hum of ancient wards and the soft resonance of the palace's stone and gold. You stand among the shadows, spear at rest but eyes scanning, every sense still sharpened. The intruders have been purged, yet you know vigilance is eternal. You move slowly, inspecting the chamber for damage, subtle traces of warp corruption, or hidden threats that might have survived the clash. The floor bears faint scratches, the walls a whisper of energy disturbed, but nothing beyond your control. The palace breathes beneath your feet, stabilizing, resonating, attuned to your presence. Passing a fallen intruder, you feel no triumph, only duty fulfilled. This is your calling, your existence, to protect, to purge, to serve. Every strike, every motion, every breath is guided by the Emperor's will. A fellow custodian glides silently beside you, checking his own area. A brief nod passes between you. No words are needed. This silent acknowledgement carries centuries of shared purpose. Together, you restore order, each motion precise, deliberate, ensuring the corridors are once more untouchable. You pause at the junction, looking down the endless halls. Light filters through towering windows, reflecting off gold and marble, highlighting the majesty and weight of the palace. Even after battle, its beauty is undeniable, its darkness ever present. You inhale deeply, feeling the pulse of psychic wards, the hum of machinery, the weight of millennia. Victory is quiet, power is calm, duty endures, and as you move onward, the halls remain under your unwavering gaze, safeguarded by your eternal vigilance. You pause at a high balcony, gazing down at the chamber that houses the Emperor himself. The golden throne hums with life, an eternal beacon of power and vigilance. Every pulse of energy resonates through the palace, through your armor, through your very mind. The halls below stretch endlessly, statues and banners marking victories of millennia, corridors veiled in shadow hinting at secrets never told. You feel the weight of centuries, the accumulation of duty, sacrifice, and unbroken loyalty. This is your domain, and it is perfect, vast, and fragile all at once. Your mind reflects, not with pride, but with purpose. Every action, every strike, every vigilant step is for him. The Emperor, eternal, silent, watching. You are his will made flesh, the tip of a spear guarding countless lives, countless worlds. Wind from the open archways brushes your armor. The palace seems alive, aware, watching alongside you. Even in this moment of quiet, you sense the lurking darkness beyond, always threatening, always approaching. But you are ready. Eternity does not frighten you. It fuels you. You lower your gaze to the halls below, gripping your guardian's spear, feeling the power coursing through every fiber of your being. The Emperor's light, the palace's majesty, your own unwavering vigilance. They are one. And so you remain, eternal, silent, watchful. The hum of the palace fills your ears. Light, shadow, history, and duty swirl together. The Custodian stands alone, yet never alone. Vigilance endures, and the Emperor's will shall never falter.